Welcome, ladies and gents, to your magical moon message. Moon in Scorpio, Sun in Sagittarius. Should we just go full channel mode? We're gonna go full channel mode. Should we tell them? We should tell them. Are you sure we should tell them? Are you really sure? Please, because y'all have me saying these messages, and then I'm the one who looks fucking stupid. Are you sure? Okay. Listen, we are in a balsamic phase of pure expectations and pure proportions and epic proportions. This is honestly going to be unlike anything that you could ever expect. Moon opposite Uranus. In Taurus, I don't really know what else to tell you because you're getting ready to release an old personification of how you actually actualize and personify ascended experiences and perspectives that have you see higher than what you're currently experiencing. And so this is going to completely fundamentally shift every way that you live your life in order to step you into this new moon in Sagittarius new life. It's just, I don't know why I'm supposed to tell you this message because there's really no contextual basis for this to make any sense and why you're going to actually start to deal with aliens and extra dimensional entities possessing other human beings and also flowing through multidimensional aspects of yourself. Yeah, you've actually stepped into new elements of your superpowers, but do you know how to really use them? Like, have you actually upgraded your life? Like, it's one thing to know how to read tarot cards, but do you know how to pull a card before someone is actually going to say something and that actually correlates with what they're about to say or go through? Okay, and that was a horrible example. How do you think of your abilities to take them to the next level? You know what I'm saying? You may realize that you're a very charismatic communicator, but have you been in a situation where you have to diffuse a bomb threat from a serial killer and you use your communication skills to save everybody in the room? Next level shit. This is what we're talking about here. You're getting ready to release old, outdated wisdom and an unconventional acceptance of your being expressed collectively that will release any fears and inhibitions. Pluto Scorpio Jen, I'm talking to you around how supernatural you are, because if we actually put this in context, given the resistance socioculturally of, advents of consciousness and elements of, the wisdom of psychic ability and the clairs and all of that, this is a breakthrough point where you no longer really have to feel ashamed for really being advanced. You know what I'm saying? Aquarians, you know what I'm talking about. Uranian dominance, Pluto dominance. There's been a long held almost demonization for you being genius by stupid people who think you're crazy. Okay? And this has inhibited you from really expressing yourself, unlike now where you've connected with groups who see you for who you are, and you have done so much work to prove to yourself first, because you don't have to prove yourself to anybody else, that you're not, it's not that you think you're crazy, but like the work you're doing is valuable, but more so the insight you're ascending into is relevant. Okay? Everything about transits like this are controversial because they go against the mainstream current of what you're taught to this day, which is very sad. It's very sad that in 2021, you still don't have many open conversations about psychic ability outside of it being fantasy or science fiction, which is a failure of the education system, which is a failure of what people call science. Like the fact that this is still relegated to some mystery when there is a scientific understanding. Ask any Aquarius. Everything, every phenomenon in life can be explained by science. So the fact that it's not told to you because of research interest groups that want to keep you dumbed down at a certain level. And I mean, once you step into advanced aspects of psychic abilities, you don't need half of the stuff that advertisers market to you. And so collectively breaking through this aspect individually, you're going to see how you feed into this dynamic and, move away from these false narratives that lie to you with false presuppositions about who you truly are. I mean, you have people walking around still thinking they're human beings when really you're just in a human form because they lied to you and they made you feel like you don't have a spirit. Everyone has a spirit. Everybody's spirit is unique. Some people are spirits in Gemini, sun in Gemini, they're spirit of angels. Some people are ascended spirits, sun in Sagittarius. Some people are divine spirits, sun in Pisces. Some people are high priestesses, sun in Cancer. Okay, like these are distinct spiritual qualities that sponsor different species. And like the framework and basis of these old theoretical scientific models that are just theoretical and have no basis in reality outside of what society has agreed upon with these frameworks, which are ultimately misleading, are now creating cognitive dissonance in the way you awakening to your true self can't process this. And so this moon in Scorpio is going to induce purely extreme supernatural experiences that denote with this balsamic phase of pure ascension. The purpose of this is, now that we've spent the rest of Scorpio season transforming into this higher perspective through ascension, this balsamic phase is releasing an old understanding of you pre-awakening that wasn't aware of these unique and more subtle vibrational dynamics, especially now bridging in extra dimensional phenomena outside time and space. Now Neptune is in Pisces, Jupiter and Saturn is in Aquarius, so you have so much more understanding of the knowledge through your experience behind this. That's the whole basis of wisdom. Scorpio experience now gives you some kind of insight with which people who are fools, who don't have that insight, won't have that wisdom. So you're coming into a lifetime's worth of wisdom uniquely to you, opposite Uranus, on how to integrate the manifestation of your own eccentricities and unique supernatural abilities and qualities to your body, so that you could coral that pure energy and once again, fully in a transcendent way, transform everything that you see as real and true to teach you how to see. Because what's going to happen here is, now over the past 2 years since this 2020 reset, you've awakened superpowers. You've upgraded the knowledge of how to harness these supernatural abilities, and now you're integrating them practically in how you can interface them in your social environments. So now this is getting ready to level you the fuck up to where you're no longer doing anything you used to do in a base level. Now you're starting to step into the ascended nature of why you awaken these powers in the first place. Like, you didn't awaken these powers just to have powers. Like, they're all linked to your purpose. They're all linked to your path. And this is going to become resoundingly clear, especially with the moon square Saturn and Jupiter. This is going to challenge how this unique element of your own eccentricities balances with the social community at large, who will see you as weird, who will be threatened by your ability to just freely express yourself outside the box. Because when people can't label you, when people can't put some attachment to you, they fear what they don't know, and they make their problem your problem. Tell them to suck your dick, tell them to suck your ovaries, tell them you can kick them in the nuts if you don't like that, if they would like pain instead. Not that you have to resort to violence, because we do things respectfully and with love in our hearts. That includes smacking the shit out of people with love in our hearts. Come on now. Integrity. And this is very important because, yeah, this seemingly weird expression of how you take into account this extreme shift of the social collective at large will not only define how you're developing your character, but en route to the Sagittarius season, purely ascend even more your perspective that you are, of course, experiencing with the rest of the collective. And so this pure transformation of your ascended perspective is going to activate and trigger today and tomorrow a breakthrough into how you experience your magic, into now the next step after the synchronization between your body and spirit, inner world and outer world, where the synchronicities is popping. Like, you having synchronicities that define your day now. This is now preparing you to release the old method of viewing it, so that when we step into the new moon in Sagittarius, you're blasting off with this brand new perspective where now you see how to use your superpowers at a higher level. Everything up until now was just activating your superpowers. Now you're taking it to, oh, I can do it like this now. I don't have to spend 10 minutes just pulling tarot cards. I can just intuitively tap into 5 seconds. That's going to change the way how I do everything, because now I don't need to prepare anymore, or now I can prepare in different ways. All of that wisdom you're being receptive to now. And everything is going to happen really fast with this Mercury and Sagittarius aspect. It's going to be very interesting, because for the longest time, people who have had like differences with you, or they were intimidated and they were out of integrity in the way they acted, there's really nothing they can say now. It's like the knife goes in and you twist in it with your success, which is the best revenge. That success of freely being yourself and not enabling people's insecurities to drag you down, because subconsciously, as in their insecurity, that's the only way they can feel better than you. They have to bring you down because they're insecure pieces of shit. I'm sorry. We're supposed to be compassionate here. They're insecure. They're wounded. No, they're pieces of shit. And they don't need to play with you like that. I don't play around with y'all, and people shouldn't play around with y'all either. It is what it is. But regardless, this is definitely going to reveal moving forward the new cycle you're stepping into, and it's also going to reveal what you have to release, what attachments you have to release, what expectations you have to release, because we're getting ready to blast off. Scorpio is pure nuclear energy, and that's the type of energy that you fill a spaceship with. So this is right before we blast off and they filling up the tank, and you're getting ready to open up your mind to the fact that I'm about to enter uncharted territory. So cut your losses, okay? Because this is going to be a very extreme couple of days. The last time the moon was in Scorpio, we had the Astro World Fest tragedy, and people have been dying left and right. Okay, not just the celebrities, you know, there's so much more people outside of that have been dying. And so, you know, this is going to give you more occult insight and wisdom into the hidden nature of how such metaphysical and extra dimensional phenomena interact with your life. Now, let me tell you, the trine with the moon to Neptune, especially if you're a Cancer and you're completing that with the Grand Water Trine, woo-hoo! The synchronicities you are about to see are about to reveal everything. It's about to synthesize a whole lifetime's worth of signs that will bring everything together with that connection of the deep wisdom in Scorpio to the transcendent understanding and experience of the vibe in Pisces that's beyond time and space, having you feel into the ultimate nature of what it is, okay, to lead you into how to perceive coming into the new moon. You're going to see things that are going to be hard to believe. You're going to tap into breakthrough, but you're going to tap into a promise of what you're getting ready to manifest and experience coming into March. And it's going to shock your mind. Some of you have not accepted the greatness that is beckoning and calling to you because you still tell yourself dumb shit about not being good enough, or I don't know if I can do this, and you know goddamn well you can do this. I'm not even gonna tell you to believe in yourself. You know you're the shit. Come on, like, you just have to own it, for real. That's the opposition to Taurus, because the Uranus is gonna challenge you as far as, are you allowed to be different? Are you allowed to be unique? Some of you are manifesting legacies that no one else has ever seen before. And so you played yourself. You were expecting validation from other people that you never needed. And you never got that validation from other people because they don't even know what the fuck you're doing. What you're doing, they've never seen before. You can't even blame them. How are they supposed to recognize it? They're used to seeing all these traditional indicators for success. You're the pioneer. And so you played yourself. You didn't get validation from them that you thought you needed, and you started to act like you aren't a fucking success story. And now you waking up and you're realizing, oh wait, no one has ever done what I've done before. I don't have to teach them, but I have to keep moving forward for the few who do recognize it. And eventually, once this is established, we can go back and get that. And you're gonna get that wake up call. You're gonna be reminded that what you're stepping into is it cannot be compared. Some of you are still comparing yourself to other people. Some of you are still comparing your success to other people when no one else has the spirit you have, no one else has the abilities you have, no one else has lived the life you have. You have no business comparing yourself to other people other than other previous versions of yourself. So I feel like this trend is just going to wake you the fuck out of that and remind you who's boss, you. And congratulations too, because it's going to prepare you for that new moon in Sagittarius, where you are going to ascend into this new cycle and get ready to confront a lot of the resistance against you. Because what's going to be freed is, despite the false narratives and rhetoric and the fakeness to act like what these people were resisting meant anything when they were just playing contrarian, you now don't have to say anything. Your own actions will prove that no one knew what they were saying against you, that you always had the advantage and the upper call. And you won't even have to be saying this. People will be saying this about you, fighting in your defense. Because I may be talking about the negative currents against you, but there's so much positive forces fighting for and with you too. And this is also going to be a great day to kind of be reminded of that, who really is in your corner, who you really can trust, and also what you can do to capitalize on all this. Anyway, y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, Godspeed.